catch up with him. Mario Nawfal's meteoric rise from a little-known businessman to a seemingly omnipresent Twitter celebrity has been met by growing scrutiny. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to NBC News, let's get right down to the essence of this story. Mario Nawfal has emerged as one of the ascending alternative media stars on Elon Musk's Twitter, now named X, amassing more than 916,000 followers, receiving praise from Mark himself, and frequently hosting some of the platform's largest audio events. Positioning himself as a combination of entrepreneur, business influencer, and, quote, citizen journalist, close quote. Nawfal hosts and moderates the Roundtable Talk Show, or the Roundtable Show, which he says brings him more than 6 million listeners per week on Twitter Spaces. The live audio chat has become a mainstay on the platform, featuring guests like former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried and Hunter Biden, and receiving promotion from Musk. The crypto consulting company International Blockchain Consulting Group, of which Nawfal is the majority shareholder, says it is currently selling sponsorships for the show for up to $1 million. But Nawfal's meteoric rise from a little-known businessman to a seemingly omnipresent Twitter celebrity has been met by growing scrutiny from former colleagues who say Nawfal's public persona of business and social media success has been built in part on broken promises and highly calculated and orchestrated growth hacking efforts. NBC News spoke with 7 people who said they invested with Nawfal or his companies or worked with him at various points in his career. They painted a picture of an entrepreneur hungry for fame who has left unhappy collaborators in his wake. And they described incidents that trace a pattern of late or non-payment. 6 said they had not been paid sums above $10,000, but they believe were owed. Communications from individuals show they have been trying for years to get money back that they said Nawfal's companies owe them. Some say they have received partial repayments and others have lost hope. Nawfal has spent money as quickly as it was made, according to former associates who said that at times his drive to find and fund successful projects or gain fame eclipsed his interests in paying people he owed money to. I thought Mario was always a smart guy, very kind, nice dude, but misinformed in his approach, said Rajay Lahota, the co-founder of DMV.org, a privately owned consumer website, and a previous collaborator of Nawfal's. Sigmund Holtz, a former contractor of one of Nawfal's companies, said, Mario definitely moves from one thing to another with high speed and intensity, and he prioritizes things in his life at nearly any cost. They are going to have the biggest impact on himself and his businesses. Beyond issues of owing money, some former Nawfal associates have said they observe business practices that worried them enough to notify authorities. 3 former contractors and employees told NBC News that they reported Nawfal to authorities in the U.S. and abroad, including the Security Exchange Commission and the FBI. NBC News reported in June that Holtz said that he was contacted by someone who identified themselves as an SEC representative and who asked him to provide details about Nawfal. Another former associate said he was instructed by the FBI to maintain potential evidence related to his interactions with Nawfal after he made an initial report to the agency. As people have been scrutinizing Nawfal's business practices, the authenticity of his social media success has also been questioned. NBC News received communications and documents that detailed a plan from a digital marketing company to boost Nawfal's engagement on Twitter with over 1,000 new accounts. and inorganic engagement. Just as Musk was pushing Twitter to be more transparent about coordinated engagement campaigns on his platform. In a 90-minute interview, Nawfal roundly denied many of the accusations, saying that he's been a victim of a campaign waged by disgruntled former employees and associates. He acknowledged he had made mistakes and still owed some people money, but promised he would pay them back. Nawfal's entrepreneurial efforts go back to at least 2013, when he founded what he said was his first business, the juicer and blender company, Fruity. Fruity still operates today and appears to still be generating profit for Nawfal, but critics have pointed to some blemishes in the company's history as the beginning of a pattern of ethically dubious business practices. In 2015, it paid a $10,800 penalty to Australian regulators for allegedly deceiving customers by advertising a misleading sale price. And in 2017, Fruity was sued by Juicero, the company that became a viral punchline after it was discovered that its juice bags could just be squeezed by hand. Alleging Fruity was attempting to distribute machines that infringed on its intellectual property, the case was dismissed 3 years later when a judge ruled that the company was not then advertising in the U.S. Mark Feldman, a marketing executive, told NBC News that his company contracted to help Fruity in 2017, but that after an initial payment, Fruity stopped paying its bills and still owes his company over $6,000 6 years later. When asked if Feldman had considered legal action, he said he was reluctant to go that route because Nawfal lives in Dubai. Ain't that nothing? I don't know what the rules are for Dubai, so even if I get a judgment, do they cooperate with those judgments, he said, in response to questions about Feldman's claims. Nawfal said that Feldman was requested payment that wasn't previously agreed upon. Nawfal's aspirations weren't limited to Fruity, and in the years leading up to the pandemic, he worked to build a following and a public brand for himself. In 2017, he founded International Blockchain Consulting Group. In 2020, he co-founded another blockchain-related company, NFT Tech. It was on the audio chat room app Clubhouse and its pandemic-fueled boom where Nawfal started to gain some internet fame. He created an account that quickly drew over 50,000 followers and hosted large chats with well-known personalities, including the movie director Michael Bay. The playbook he developed foreshadowed the sizable rooms he would host on Twitter. But Nawfal's fame on Clubhouse was short-lived. Nawfal told NBC News that he was temporarily suspended from the platform following criticism from an individual with a significant following. In 2021, Jason Calacanis, a tech entrepreneur who is close to Musk and who has 741,000 followers on Twitter, criticized Nawfal for participating in a group on the platform that he compared to a cult. The group organized large chat rooms around business expertise titled The Master Class. Many of them also sold online entrepreneurship coaching. To be continued. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never quit.